We will make America safe again. We will make America strong again. And we will make America great again. I love you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf.
And I am CD Spivey.
And this is Censored Freedom.
This is Censored Freedom.
This is Censored Freedom.
Listen to you, man. You sound like one of those freaking 80s radio hosts or something, like you ain't been doing this for a decade.
No. You know, it's funny. I used to know a guy that had like the smoothest radio voice. You remember him.
Yeah.
Smooth, his natural voice, as smooth as ever. I end up with the 80s douchebag. Luck of the draw, I guess. Speaking of luck of the draw, it looks like last night's draw was very, very lucky for the country.
This was an ass kicking.
This was an absolute blowout. Too big to rig or too big to cheat was definitely
Too big to rig, yeah. What I'm really worried about, though, I wonder how Rob Reiner's doing.
I do too.
He might be a little warm today.
Little toasty, little crispy, little crispy.
I do. No, seriously, I hope not. No, I hope not. I mean, we don't wish that on anybody.
For those that don't remember, Rob Reiner made a promise. If Trump got reelected, he would
set himself on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do pray for Rob Reiner's mental health today.
Don't do it, dude. Just stop.
We definitely encourage Rob to not pick up the gasoline and matches.
So, I mean, yeah, he made good TV shows and movies and all that kind of thing. Cool. Go ahead and do that shit, and keep doing that. Just chill.
It brings a good question, though, and this is something, and we ain't even discussed it, but since you brought up Ron Reiner and his movies and whatnot, Can you separate the artist from the art?
Yes, absolutely.
You think so?
I still like Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's an awesome song, especially for a car guy. And I'm telling you, Bruce Springsteen, he's old, he's dilapidated, he's getting up in that age where, he isn't as good as he used to be.
Right.
But his old stuff is pretty good. And
you're not wrong.
Back then, I really liked him. So, you know what? I might continue to listen to that stuff every once in a while, even though he's an idiot politically. And
if we did decide not to, as a group, as Republicans, if you will, would that make us any different than the left canceling everyone?
Well, that's the thing. That shit needs to stop. It needs to, we truly are better than them. And you think you're better than me? No. What I mean is, we have principles. They don't.
Morals and principles, yes. Ethics.
Yeah, I'm going to hold you to account for the stupid crap that you say.
Right.
But at the same time, if you do wonderful stuff, why not go ahead and reward that?
Absolutely.
Springsteen did wonderful stuff, so why not reward that?
Just because he says stupid shit off the microphone doesn't.
He screws up and does something bad, smack his hand and then go back to loving him.
Absolutely.
Don't be them.
And I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that's something that's very important, especially right now with the major blowout that we just had, that we include the whole country, not just the Republicans, not just the right.
Well, that's the thing. You see, Kamala Harris called Trump today to concede and talked about how he needs to be the leader for every American. Well, yeah, but at the same time, their side and her were calling us Nazis, garbage, white supremacists,
everything but human,
insurrectionists. Yeah, everything but you need to be the leader for all humans or all Americans. Well, yeah.
Right.
But why weren't you?
Exactly. They called for unity, and what they really meant was do what we say or else. Yeah. That was their version of unity. Yeah. Either bow to us or pay the price.
Yeah, and that's where they stood. And that's one of the reasons why they lost.
That's one of the huge reasons why they lost.
Big government censorship and oppression in this country does not fly. We've been free for too long, and we're not going to release that to you. We're not going to relinquish that to you. We're not going to relinquish our freedom to you. It's just not going to freaking happen. Yeah, we're going to bow down to a certain point. There's a certain amount of the population that still wear face diapers to this freaking day. And
Right.
I don't know why. But yeah, we need to stop the ridiculous division. Yeah, I'm called names and sling it back on X all day long. And to those of you that continue to do it, I'm just having fun.
Right.
All right. At the end of the day, I still love you.
We're all Americans still.
I still love you, man. Yeah, I'm going to be a dick, but I love you. You know?
Hard love, tough love. But this was really a referendum against the left.
Yeah, it was.
It truly was. The blowout that this was clearly a statement saying we're done. We are not going to put up with the bullshit.
Too many people went to the grocery store and looked at their receipts.
Yep.
Too many people, or too many parents were not interested in their little girls being Googled at in their own locker rooms.
Or being told that they're actually male.
And destroying girl sports.
Yep.
Killing babies is not a political platform to run on. I am sorry. It's just not.
No.
Eugenics is a Nazi thing, and I'm sure that, you know, if you're still pushing that stuff, I'm sure that Margaret Sanger is really proud of you, but we're not. It wasn't a strong enough platform to win an election on. And there was a lot of hyperbole about it's killing women and it's killing. Well, of course, it's killing babies. You said it's killing children and it's killing women. And it's like, no, it's not. It's just killing the baby. You know, there are instances where women thought that their state wouldn't save their life in the midst of a difficult pregnancy, which is wrong. It's a freaking lie.
Why would they think that?
Because the media told them so.
Exactly. The mainstream media has been nothing but a propaganda arm. That's another thing Americans are sick of.
That's what I want to. Oh God, that's one thing Trump needs to do immediately when he gets into office is have Congress kill this Smith
Modernization Act. Yes, repeal it.
Murder it.
Absolutely. Turn it back to what it was, where the news had to tell you the truth. Yeah. Absolutely. So when we say blowout, ladies and gentlemen, I mean,
if Nevada and Arizona report, he has over 300.
Absolutely. 310, 312, I think we did the math earlier, something like that.
I don't think it's that high, but yeah.
I believe it is.
Not only that, he got the popular vote.
By 1.2% on the popular vote at that. So they can't say with the Electoral College, oh, well, that's an unfair system because the people actually voted this, like they tried with
the
Hillary.
Electoral College didn't matter.
And that's what else tells you this was a blowout referendum to the left. Even the popular vote was for Trump.
Yeah.
Everybody is voting Trump.
Yeah, they were sick of it.
And when I say everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I mean Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia. As you said, when Nevada and Arizona report, we're expecting them to report Trump. Ohio, Indiana, Florida, the entire South, all of the battleground states.
The entire middle of the country.
Yes.
The only blue wall left is the West Coast and part of the Northeast. That's it. Everything else, basically, other than Illinois, went Republican.
Now we need to talk about New Mexico. New Mexico may have had some funny stuff.
They may have had illegals voting.
That's the only way that makes sense. They are right there at the border, of course.
They may have had illegals voting, which in early voting, we were ahead.
We were smacking them in early voting.
And now?
Now New Mexico went full blue, and I don't understand that. And maybe it was legit.
New Mexico hasn't been red for a while, so
that's
I
true.
kind of, I'll let that be. But at the same time, yeah, I think they're sick of their border issues as well. which is a big deal to them. Their border issues are rough.
Oh, yeah. I think Trump's going to have a lot to do about that. Would you say, in your opinion, we both watched this last night. We were both texting back and forth and calling, and it was a very exciting kind of night last night, right? Yeah. Would you say that what we seen was a clean, fair, and free election?
Not totally.
Not totally?
There's video proof that Detroit had some stuff going on with fraudulent
as well as PA.
And PA as well was like closing things early, sending people home. They arrested one woman for was it a committee woman or something for telling people to stay in line? Arrested her.
Really? See, I didn't hear about that.
See, there was a lot of that going on because they were trying to close things early, and they were actually walking back and like putting police were walking back and putting barricades up saying, this is the end of the line at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And that crap was happening. So, there was some funny stuff going on, but the Amish are, as I said before, and as I said on X, the EPA and the USDA went after the Amish people and their farms, and the Amish church,
their livelihood
risked. Look at this. The Amish church risked their tax exemptness and their exemptness for a lot of things.
Right.
For their people to go vote because the government was attacking them.
Yes.
So they said, well, if the government is going to attack our livelihood, then they're giving us no choice.
And we told you on this show.
All of the Parsons across Pennsylvania, Indiana, and Ohio were giving their blessing for Amish to vote.
And we told you on this show that was going to be one of the main contenders in this election was the Amish vote, that the Amish were going to turn out in droves and really have a major impact on this election.
The Amish clergy said, do it.
And we were right.
And the only thing about that is they were pressured to vote for Trump, which is kind of wrong, but in a way,
I would say they were pressured by the government to vote for Trump.
You beat that bee's nest and they stung your ass.
Right. Like you went after the wrong there's a saying. When the people that want to be left alone are brought in.
Yeah. That's when
the trouble starts.
That's when SHTF happened.
And those were the people that just wanted to be left alone.
Now, here's something that has surprised me. There's actually a video of one college, and I can't think of what college it is, but the response on video to Trump being announced as the winner was not the response that I thought was going to happen when I clicked on the video.
Were they screaming like a bunch of crazy destitutes?
In a way.
All right, guys, sorry about that. Had a little family interruption. That's a wonderful thing about family, right? I got 2 amazing grandbabies, so they don't exactly listen to rules as well as some would think.
No.
But, yeah, they're amazing. And, that's one thing about Republicans, too. We love family. Yeah. That's one thing we are strong on.
I got 2 twin grandchildren of my own. So
Absolutely. Yeah, so you completely get it. Yeah.
They are infants.
But before we were interrupted there, we were going to talk about how Kamala played a hidden Hillary last night, I do believe.
Yeah. she left them people high and dry, and then somebody came out and said, she's not going to be talking tonight. Rumor has it that she had 2 bottles of wine.
Oh, God. She was a bit too... See, I made that mistake one time.
Dude, I drank 1 bottle of wine and got so freaking sick that I couldn't handle myself. I couldn't imagine that. And the hangover the next morning.
Oh, yes. That is the worst part. So the 2020 election, I did the same thing. I got a bottle of red wine, and I said, I'm going to watch the election. I'm going to enjoy some red wine.
Red wine. Okay, sorry.
UB40 is so awesome. But the problem is, I'm not a drinker, ladies and gentlemen. I don't drink.
I got into a fist fight with Mad Dog 2020 and Jack Daniels at 15 years old, and learned my lesson. So yeah, I don't drink either.
So I don't know if many of you caught the mistake I made already. I drank a whole bottle of red wine to myself on election night. When I passed out, because I didn't go to sleep.
What about your friend? What about your friend Ralph? Did you call him?
I met Ralph.
Yeah,
I met Ralph that night. Yes, sir. But when I passed out, because like I said, I didn't go to sleep, Trump was ahead. I woke up, and they had declared Biden the winner, and I thought I had woke up in the wrong universe. For once in my life, I thought, did that really happen? Did I actually get too drunk and slip universes? What the hell?
Oh, jeez.
You know, Kamala probably thought the same thing. I don't know. She watched her whole thing just kind of go to shit, though, didn't she?
Yeah. It was rough for her. I mean, she ran a really crappy campaign. She could have done better, but at the same time, people were pissed. And basically, her campaign was marred with, price
Joe.
Joe.
Marred with Joe.
Grocery prices, with the sexual crap with the children. Right. They didn't have much of a platform other than killing babies. There's really nothing they had,
And she didn't have anyone to suck off at the top. Yeah, I said it.
You're mean.
You're not wrong. But so Kamala did actually concede, though.
Yeah, she did concede today. So,
and I think we mentioned that earlier.
and Biden also called to congratulate him and all that stuff.
You sure he wouldn't call and ask where the ice cream was?
Well, I don't know.
He was calling for some reason, for sure.
He'd have called Pelosi to ask for ice
Oh, gotcha.
cream. She got that $high ice cream.
But this follows a worldwide trend we've seen over the last year of a lot of governments turning against the left and going towards a right-leaning governmental status, right?
Yeah. Well, you've got that Javier Milei thing going on.
I like Milei, man.
Yeah, I think he's a Spanish-speaking Trump.
He is. He straight up is. He's, matter of fact, done more than Trump. He cleaned out the whole, criminal system. Put all the gangs in jail.
Musk. Basically, what is that? Going to create that Department of Government Efficiency?
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to see this, dude. Musk in charge of money, Kennedy in charge of the health. We're about to change this country, Bubba.
Yeah.
Big time. European countries, a bunch of them are gone right-leaning. Poland is very right-leaning, right? Very much about their borders and not letting immigrants in and things like that. Mm-hmm. Then you've got the down ballot here in America. So not only was the major government election last night a huge blowout, of course, but the down ballot followed this same trend. Mm-hmm. Here in Tennessee, of course, our very own Marsha Blackburn retained her seat. Marsha's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah, but bad news is so did freaking Adam freaking Schiff.
Bug eyes bitch.
But he took Dianne Feinstein's former Senate seat.
Well, California, I can't be too surprised, right?
Oh my God, are you serious, people?
Oh, even better, the spy at Swalwell also, or spy assistant Swalwell, I should say, also retained his seat.
Secret lover. Yeah.
Fang.
Yeah, fang. Yeah. But not only that, Delaware elected the first gender pretender as Congress. So
you know what I find funny? Where's Joe from?
Delaware.
Somehow, that doesn't surprise me, right? That seems fitting almost, right?
So it's a dude that thinks it's a chick in Congress. Now, one thing. This person goes to Washington, D.C. in a majority now House. I ain't gonna put up with that shit.
No, they're not.
Respect my pronouns. Fuck you.
Oh, I can see a lot of these guys going, "What's your pronouns?"
Sir.
And just doing the exact opposite every time, right?
Sir.
Bringing them up and asking them,
Levine's gone.
Levine, yes, the man-woman thing that was in charge of health.
Yeah.
Thank God Kennedy's replacing her. Hey, it's somebody that knows what a man and a woman is. Holy shit. Common sense back in the government. Didn't think that was going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, not only did we win the presidency,
we took the Senate.
We absolutely took the Senate. This is huge. This is gargantuan.
Yeah.
This will give us the ability to actually prosecute bad people, right? And that what the Senate does, hold the trials and does actual prosecution and say an impeachment or something like that?
Now, we still need the House, and that is still up in the air, unfortunately. We do have some races that are still kind of doing their thing, so hopefully by the airing of this,
right,
everything's been settled. And we also have.
So for those that may be confused, because I know some people have been looking at like the AP news site, and I brought it up earlier. It said in like 201 or something, and you said we don't have the majority, even though we have more.
Yes. No, that's
How
right.
does that work? Can you explain that to our audience?
We need two. I think 217 or 218.
I want to say 18 is the number
to have a majority, and we don't have that yet. Yes, we do have more. But that doesn't mean that the Western states that are not reporting yet, some of those races are not going to the left, which the likelihood of everything on the Western seaboard basically is,
right.
Well,
then again, now, California is a lot more Republican areas than one would think.
Yes.
As far as sending senators and things like that, or House members, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can't count out the West Coast when it comes to the House, or fortunately, I should say. Yeah. We can count it out for the presidency, unfortunately. But when it comes to House and Senate, we can't count them out.
Frisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego.
Right.
And, well, some of Sacramento.
And San Francisco, yeah.
Yeah. All of those Western cities are what chooses
for that state.
San Bernardino doesn't.
Nope.
Stockton doesn't.
A lot of little farm areas that is a lot of the state doesn't.
Yeah.
Like they don't have as big a say because they don't have as many people, right?
Yeah, they don't.
But does that mean we would have to give the gavel up? Will we retain the gavel even though we wouldn't if it went the other way? If we didn't get the 218, of course we've got it. We've got it in the bag, folks. It's not even a question. But say they pulled something funky, we ended up with 210.
Well, that means those seats will be filled by Democrats, and they would have the majority.
Gotcha. That's a lot of catching up they're going to need to do, even though we have more people.
They've got some catching up to do, but at the same time, we don't know. We didn't research all of that.
Right.
So I'm not going to say, yeah, we've got it in the bag. No, I'm not going to say that yet because we don't have a majority. If we had a majority, I'd be like, it doesn't matter what the hell happens now.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not going there quite yet because I'm not going to look like a dum-dum and go, yeah, we got it. No.
I will take the mantle of dum-dum. I am going to say personally, I think we've got it. And it's, of course, absolutely okay to disagree. That's one thing good about this show is we can respectfully disagree on things and still be co-host at the next show, right?
I can't fire you.
I can't fire you either, damn it. I think we got to make money to fire each other. That may be that may have something to do with it. Yeah, personally, I think we've got it. But then again, that could be speaking early because we've seen the Democrats pull some dirty shit before. They could try to retract some of these.
The longer it takes, the more stupid shit they're doing.
Right. And that's one thing I want to touch on. We haven't discussed it, of course, off air. It's not part of our notes. But before we get out of here, looking forward, it's quiet. Right now is very quiet.
Yeah. As we air this, we have not heard anything about any kind of riots or anything, which kind of blows my mind because I thought for sure this stuff is gonna go off the rails. But as I was saying before the interruption, that college campus, I was thinking, the college campus was going to be like screaming and yelling and all ticked off No, they were out in the quad in their college screaming USA, USA.
Really?
Yes. I was like, what?
Holy cow. And this really kind of is
Colleges. I think colleges are flipping. I think a lot of colleges, the students, how do colleges make their money? One, through endowments. Two, through tuition.
mainly through tuition.
I mean, some of them are funded by the state.
Right.
Or the federal, but by the state. It's a state college. But a lot of their money is through endowments. That means the parents. That means the legacies. And then through tuition.
Right.
So,
well,
your tuition, your matriculation needs to reflect the students.
Well, a lot of billionaires started pulling out of the funding even the Ivy League schools, because of what they were doing.
Well, because they were producing woke morons that couldn't do the jobs that they were getting their degrees to do.
It was mainly over the pro-Pally stuff.
Some of it was the pro-Palestine stuff because they couldn't hire these people knowing what they were standing for and what they did.
Right.
But a lot of the woke younger kids were entitled, wanted to work somewhere like Google that had a table tennis place in the lobby and
open buffet and everything.
Open buffet, yeah. No,
spas and massages.
No, you're there to work, man.
Yeah, they want to be taken care of. But do you think it's going to stay quiet on the home front going forward?
No.
You don't think so?
If they don't go crazy now around election time, when it's time to certify, I think they're going to go nuts then.
We're nowhere near out of the woods. We've got J6 as well as J20 coming up. Mm-hmm. So do you think that's when it's going to get crazy?
I think
they'll pull a J6 reverse? Or
remember now, Raskin said, we're just not going to certify, and then we're going to have civil war conditions, and we're going to need
and have security. A constitutional crisis. Yeah.
Because they're going to try to invoke the third section of the 14th Amendment, which is bullshit. He was never charged nor tried for insurrection.
Nope.
They can't do this stupid shit.
Nope.
So basically, Jamie Raskin can go kiss my ass.
At what point
I'm trying to be freaking nice here.
Right. At what point does that become treasonous, though? When you refuse to do your job as a representative?
Well, what he wants is a coup.
Yeah. That's exactly what they want. But 75% of America, I dare say 90%, but I'll go 75% of America, said we want Trump.
63. I'd say 63% of America wants Trump.
We're well over half.
Yeah.
We're well over half. And you're willing to piss that many people off? That's not your smartest move, but.
Yeah, Raskin, you just need to shut the fuck up.
So we've won, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely a time to celebrate the W, but remember, we are not out of the woods yet.
Absolutely.
I am Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf.
And I am CD Spider.
And this has been another episode of Censored Freedom. Thank you guys so much.
Love you, America.
God bless America.
Hakuna Matata, bitches.